We are live now, Sonali.
Okay, thank you. Hi, everyone, and good evening, and welcome to this webinar called Decode Market Trends with Ease, Mastering Key Trading Indicators. So, as all of you must have understood by now that we are going to learn a very favorite topic of traders today, that's about indicators. So, in past few webinars, we had covered a little bit about the candlestick patterns and chart patterns and price action, but this whole chunk was remaining about the indicators, trading indicators, because so many traders prefer to go by the indicators when it comes to the trading signals, correct? So it can be with an individual indicator, or it can be a combination of indicators to find a entry point or exit point, or even to decide an SL. Okay, so that's how the indicators are generally used in the trading community. So we are going to discuss about a few key trading indicators in this session, and how do we use them, and how do we take the trading points, be it entry or stop loss or exit, based on such indicators. All of that we are going to say in today's session. Okay, so and then once the session is done, at the end, if you have any queries, you can let me know into the chat box. Even if you put earlier, that's fine, I'll take at the end, but yes, the Q&A will happen at the end. Okay, so we can go forward. So before going forward, we will have to read the standard disclaimer. The content and explanation shared in this webinar are only for information and educational purpose. Stock market trading investments are subject to market risk. Please consult your financial advisor before making financial decisions. So now I think we are set. And okay, some of the comments are there that the video is not there. Can someone please confirm that the video is visible, my screen is visible, the audio is fine? If somebody confirms. Okay. Okay, thank you. Thank you for confirming. So everything looks fine. Okay. So indicators are like signals. Okay, what signals do on the road whenever we are driving a car or any vehicle? सिग्नल से हमें क्या पता चलता है कि गाड़ी स्लो करनी है या फास्ट करनी है या अभी रुकना है, ये हमें पता चलता है. सो सेम वे में इंडिकेटर से भी हमें यही पता चलता है कि इफ वी शुड wait for take the entry into the trade, or we should we should book the profit, or we should keep holding that trade. All those clues we can get through the indicators. All right, so trading indicators are tools used by traders to analyze market data and make informed decisions about buying or selling stocks. Okay, so whatever decisions traders are going to take, for that the indicators are going to give the logic. Okay, so I'm getting some of the comments. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'll just switch off the video, and so it will not confuse some of you. Right, so the screen is visible, audio is there, so let's focus. Okay, so that's how the indicators are going to help you to give all the logic behind your trades, to show you the direction of the market, to whatever that's needed to be done in the market, that those clues we can get from the indicators. Okay, so these are some of the broader categories of the trading indicators. The trend indicator, in that we have moving averages. Next is momentum aggregator indicator. So in that we have RSI, MACD. You must have heard those names. हो सकता है कि आप लोग ने ये इंडिकेटर्स नहीं यूज किए हो, इफ यू आर अ फ्रेशर और इफ यू आर नॉट वेरी मच इनटू ट्रेडिंग एज ऑफ नाउ. हो सकता है कि आप लोग ने ये ना यूज किए हो, बट इस सेशन में आप लोग सीख जाएंगे. ओके, सो दैट्स व्हाई दिस इज द होल पर्पस ऑफ दिस सेशन. Then the volume indicator, in that we have VWAP. Then the volatility indicator, in that we have VIX and the Bollinger Bands, and lastly the sentiment. So sentiment में हमें PCR पता चलता है, PCR से हमें sentiment पता चलता है. Okay, so one by one some of the key indicators that we have selected, we will see them one by one. Okay, now uh, so first is volume. Okay, so when we discussed about the categories, we first saw the volume, right? So whenever we open the chart, मोस्टली हम लोग क्या करते हैं, इंक्लिनेशन प्राइस की तरफ होता है कि प्राइस कैसा मूव कर रहा है, बट उतना ही इम्पोर्टेंस हमें वॉल्यूम को भी देना चाहिए, बिकॉज इवन इफ समटाइम्स इनटू द वॉलेटिलिटी प्राइस बहुत बड़ा कैंडल बना सकता है, उसमें बॉडी कितना होगा वो अगली बात है, बट वॉल्यूम से हमें उसका जो स्ट्रेंथ है, जो भी प्राइस का मोमेंटम हुआ उसमें स्ट्रेंथ कितना है वो हमें वॉल्यूम से पता चलेगा. ओके, सो ट्रेडिंग वॉल्यूम इज अ मेजर ऑफ हाउ मच अ गिवन financial asset has traded in a period of time. Okay, this is a definite number. For stocks, volume is measured in the number of shares traded. For futures and options, volume is based on how many contracts have changed the hands. Okay, so this is different for stocks and F&O, अलग अलग होता है. अभी यहाँ पे अगर आप स्क्रीन पे देखोगे, दिस इज रिलायंस वन डे चार्ट. ओके, अब यहाँ एक छोटा सा टॉप बना हुआ है, ऑलराइट, बट अगर आप वॉल्यूम उसी टाइम पे देखोगे तो वॉल्यूम मतलब टॉप पे जाने के बाद वॉल्यूम हमारा नेगेटिव हो रहा है, राइट, सेलिंग वॉल्यूम है. इसका मतलब क्या है कि फर्स्ट क्लू यहाँ से हमें मिलना चाहिए था कि नाउ दिस कैन बी अ स्टार्ट ऑफ द डाउन ट्रेंड. ओके, सो that's how we get the clue. Let's say that you're standing over here, okay, in the live market. You don't know this is going to happen in the future. But here, let's say if you're considering to jump into a long trade, okay, so here it will be a clue for you that, see, volume is becoming red, so probably I should not enter into a fresh green trade over here. Okay, or maybe if you are already into a long trade which you are carrying from here, this is the phase which will give you a clue that, okay, now it's the time to this is where you should consider booking your long trades. So that's how we get deeper insights through the volume along with the price. Okay, now सो वॉल्यूम के साथ आई मीन वॉल्यूम कैंडल्स का इंडिकेटर हम लगा सकते हैं चार्ट पे. सो लेट्स जस्ट गो टू द इवन फंडामेंटल साइड. जब भी इंडिकेटर्स हमें यूज करने होते हैं, आप चार्ट ओपन करते हो, चार्ट पे आप जो भी टाइप का चार्ट यूज कर रहे हो, इट कैन बी ट्रेडिंग व्यू और चार्ट आईक्यू, तो उसमें आपको यू कैन प्लेस द इंडिकेटर्स. चार्ट आईक्यू में आपको स्टडीज करके मिलेगा, ट्रेडिंग व्यू में आपको इंडिकेटर्स करके ऑप्शन मिलेगा, उसमें जाके आप इंडिकेटर का नाम से सर्च करके यू कैन प्लेस द इंडिकेटर्स. ओके, सो दैट्स हाउ वी प्लेस द इंडिकेटर्स ऑन द चार्ट. नाउ द नेक्स्ट इज VWAP, ऑलराइट, वॉल्यूम वेटेड एवरेज प्राइस. So earlier what we discussed, that along with price, volume is also important. So this indicator does nothing but combining your price and volume all together. Okay, उससे आपको एक एवरेज का लाइन मिलेगा. ये एवरेज में क्या कंसिडर होगा, वॉल्यूम प्लस प्राइस. ओके, सो VWAP का एक कंटिन्यूअस लाइन निकलता जाता है. ऑलराइट, वन थिंग टू रिमेंबर अबाउट VWAP इज दैट दिस इज ओनली इंट्राडे इंडिकेटर. ओके, आप कल के VWAP के लाइन के बेसिस पे आज डिसीजन नहीं ले सकते हो, उसके लिए अलग VWAP होता है, दैट्स कॉल्ड एज एंकर्ड VWAP, बट दैट इज वेरी इट्स नॉट वेरी कॉमनली यूज्ड. ओके, but simple VWAP is very commonly used and gives very good results. Okay, especially for intraday. So what does VWAP indicate? Okay, so if the price is above VWAP, it means that the trend is positive. Okay, if the price is below VWAP, it means that the trend is negative. इसका लॉजिक क्या है? लॉजिक ये है कि ये जो VWAP का लाइन फॉर्म होता है, वो लाइन क्या है, एवरेज ऑफ your volume and price that's been trading that whole day. करेक्ट. सो अगर उस एवरेज प्राइस के नीचे आपका करंट प्राइस ट्रेड कर रहा है, उसका मतलब क्या है कि उसमें नेगेटिव बायस आ गया. अगर एवरेज से ऊपर है उसका मतलब है पॉजिटिव है. एज सिंपल एज दैट. ओके, इसके बेसिस पे ट्रेडिंग कैसे करे जा सकती है. ओके, सो दिस इज निफ्टीज चार्ट. ऑलराइट, इंट्राडे चार्ट है. 5 मिनट का। यहाँ पे अगर आप देखेंगे ये वीवैप का लाइन है रेड, ओके। यहाँ जनरली क्या होता है, जस्ट गिव मी अ सेकंड प्लीज। Okay, so I was getting some of the comments over there. So yes, at the end, I will also show how to place the indicators in live platform that we have. Okay, so don't worry, we will do that live as well. So this is the VWAP line and how the price is behaving. See, whenever the price stays above VWAP, how do we decide the entry? यहाँ पे हम लोग को पता चल गया है कि अंडरटोन पॉजिटिव है, ओके, बट पॉजिटिव है। अब अंडरटोन तो पता चल गया, डायरेक्शन पता चल गया, ट्रेंड पता चल गया। नाउ हाउ डू वी ट्रेड बेस्ड ऑन दिस? So if you see the behavior of the price over here, price is coming near to VWAP, taking support, then going upwards, then again it is coming down, taking the support, then again reversing on the upside. So that's how the price will take support on the VWAP if it is a positive trend day. Okay. Now, how do we trade based on this? This is, आप लोग ने सुना होगा कि buy on dips, sell on rise, ये concept सुना होगा, right? So this is nothing but buy on dips market. ओके, सो बाय ऑन डिप्स जब भी हम करते हैं तो उसके लिए एक डेफिनेट लेवल पता चलना चाहिए कि कहाँ पे आने के बाद एंट्री होना चाहिए, कहाँ पे आने के बाद उससे और ज्यादा डिप नहीं आएगा. सो दिस इज द आइडियल सिचुएशन वेयर you can see the trend over here into how the price is forming the trend over the VWAP, and based on that you can decide the buy on dips actions. Okay, so this is about the VWAP. Now, next we are going to talk about the trend indicators. All right. So trend indicators हमें basically market का trend बताते हैं. If the trend is going to be positive or negative. All right. Trend is nothing but direction. इससे आपको clear direction पता चलेगी trend indicators. Okay. So इसका सबसे commonly used indicator है moving averages. Moving averages में आप कोई भी ड्यूरेशन का इंडिकेटर सेट कर सकते हो, ड्यूरेशन सेट कर सकते हो. ओके, बट मोस्ट कॉमनली यूज्ड आर 20, 21, 50, 100, 200. Okay, so these are some of the moving averages which are very much commonly used. अगर पोजिशनल ट्रेडर है तो 100, 200, 50 डेज का मूविंग एवरेज लगाते हैं. एंड if it is on a daily time frame, it is a days moving average, DMA. Okay, if you change the time frame to a lower set, for example 5 minutes, 15 minutes या 1 hour, okay, उस पे भी moving averages काम करते हैं. So moving averages आपको nothing but direction बताएंगे. Okay, so इससे हमें clearly क्या पता चलता है? If the moving average is flat, it means that the market is range bound. Okay, consolidating market है. If the moving average is angled up, मतलब फ्लैट था और एकदम से ऊपर जा रहा है, इसका मतलब है कि फास्ट अप मूव है मार्केट में. ओके, सो दैट इज इंडिकेटेड बाय द एंगल्ड अप मूविंग एवरेज. एंगल डाउन मूविंग एवरेज मतलब एकदम फ्लैट था और एकदम से नीचे की तरफ टर्न ले लिया. ओके, इट मींस दैट there is a drop in that particular entity or market. All right, so ये इसका simplest understanding है मूविंग एवरेज का. नेक्स्ट, मूविंग एवरेज जैसे मैंने आपको बताया कि कोई भी ड्यूरेशन का आप लगा सकते हो. सो इससे कॉम्बिनेशंस बना के ट्रेडिंग कम्युनिटी ने एक बहुत अच्छा कॉन्सेप्ट निकाला है कॉल्ड एज क्रॉसओवर. ओके, सो देयर कैन बी अ पॉजिटिव क्रॉसओवर एंड देयर कैन बी अ नेगेटिव क्रॉसओवर एज वेल. सो ये होता क्या है और क्रॉसओवर्स का हमें यूज क्या है, हम वो भी देखेंगे. ओके, स्मॉलर मूविंग एवरेज क्रॉसिंग अबाउट a bigger moving average. So smaller और bigger मतलब क्या? एग्जांपल लेते हैं. Let's say 20 मूविंग एवरेज है और 50 मूविंग एवरेज है. इसमें स्मॉलर क्या हुआ 20, बिगर क्या हुआ 50. तो अगर 20 मूविंग एवरेज ने 50 मूविंग एवरेज को ऊपर की तरफ क्रॉस किया, ऑलराइट, मतलब 20 moving average was trading, I mean that line was forming on a below 50 moving average, and then it crossed over 50 moving average line. Okay, it is going above 50 moving average line. That's called as a positive crossover. Okay, if smaller moving average crossing below bigger moving average. फर्स्ट सिचुएशन का जस्ट अपोजिट यहाँ पे हो रहा है. ओके, द स्मॉलर मूविंग एवरेज, फॉर एग्जाम्पल 20 moving average is now going below 50 moving average. Okay, it is crossing down. All right, that's a negative crossover. So positive and negative crossovers uh, tell you the direction of the market with very firm conviction. सो एक इंडिकेटर, आई मीन एक जो मूविंग एवरेज है आपको जितना कन्विक्शन देगा, उससे कई ज्यादा कन्विक्शन आपको क्रॉस ओवर से पता चलेगा, बिकॉज दिस इज अ डबल confirmation. Both the moving averages are telling you the same thing, all right, and you're getting an exact entry point because of the crossovers. So how do we trade based on the crossovers of the moving average? Let's see an example. Okay, so here as a smaller moving average I have taken as 50 moving average or 50 DMA over here, because the time frame is 1 day. Okay, and another, the bigger moving average is 200 over here. All right, so if you can see, the red line is 50 and the blue line is 200. Okay, so यहाँ पर इसका crossover हो रहा है. 50 moving average is crossing above the 200 moving average. Okay, so it means that it is earlier this was quite a flat chart, and here we have got a crossover, which means that it can be a start of a upwards trend now. Okay, moving averages हमें क्या बताते हैं? Trend बताते हैं. All right, so it means that it can be a start of the positive trend from here. So how do we trade based on this? So if you can see over here, so whenever there is a crossover, okay, we should wait for a confirmation candle. So it means that after a crossover we should wait for a second green candle if it is a positive crossover. Okay, so confirmation candle मतलब क्या होता है? कोई भी आपका ब्रेकआउट हो रहा है या ब्रेक डाउन हो रहा है, अगर ब्रेकआउट हो रहा है तो जिस कैंडल ने ब्रेकआउट किया उसके अगले वाला ग्रीन कैंडल आपका कंफर्मेशन हुआ. अगर ब्रेक डाउन हो रहा है तो जिस कैंडल से ब्रेक डाउन हुआ है उसके अगला रेड कैंडल आपका ब्रेक डाउन का कंफर्मेशन कैंडल हुआ. ओके, सो दैट्स द कॉन्सेप्ट. सो आफ्टर द क्रॉसओवर, after at the end of the confirmation candle we can enter and we can keep the stop loss at around ये जो हमारा बड़ा वाला मूविंग एवरेज होगा, द बिगर मूविंग एवरेज लाइन कैन बी अ ट्रेलिंग स्टॉप लॉस ओवर हियर. इट कैन बी 1:1 फॉर target and stop loss. It can be 1:2 if you are a very safe trader. And it's always best to trail the stop loss, because what we are capturing through the moving averages is the trend. Correct? So trend matlab it's always best to capture that whole momentum. करेक्ट, क्योंकि ये कोई फ्लैट मोमेंटम आप कैप्चर नहीं कर रहे हो कि 1:1 1:2. दैट्स अ वेरी small expectation from a trend indicator to have. Okay, but if you can, it's always best to trail based on the based on some logic. So logic here comes out as a bigger moving average. Okay, so यहाँ पे आपके एंट्री के बाद just keep following the bigger moving average line. Okay, or whenever you think that you are getting a clue from any other things, for example कोई कैंडलस्टिक पैटर्न बन रहा है टॉप पर जिसने आपको क्लू दिया कि इट कैन बी अ रिवर्सल. ऑल राइट, वहां पे आप पार्शियल बुक कर सकते हो या फिर आप फुल्ली बुक कर सकते हैं इवन. ओके, सो फॉर एग्जांपल यहाँ पे अगर आप देखोगे, यहाँ पे दिस कैंडल एट द टॉप इज क्वाइट bearish. Okay, so probably here it would have been a good exit point. उसके बाद अगर आप देखोगे यहाँ से प्राइस नीचे भी आया है. Okay, so this is how we should always try to seek the clues based on various things whenever we are into a trade, because securing profit is also a very good important point. Now next we have is super trend. Okay, so I'm not sure how commonly super trend is used, but it gives very good result, especially into the indices. Okay, so what is a super trend? Super trend indicator plots a line on the price chart which acts as a dynamic level of support and resistance. Okay, so the super trend is going to show you best indications for your breakout and breakdown. Okay, so super trend is one step forward to your moving average. All right, because this is a dynamic line. Okay, the indicator combines the average true range with the multiplier to calculate its value. This value is then added to or subtracted from the asset's closing price to plot the super trend line. So this is, as I told you, one step forward to your moving average. Okay, so when the price is above super trend comes out as a single line. Okay, so whenever you're putting a indicator called as super trend on your charts, it will be just a line. Okay, and you can also change the settings of the super trend, but here I'm only considering the standard settings. Okay, if you're if you're going to explore super trend after this session, do not change the settings into your super trend, keep the numbers same. Okay, now the price above super trend is a positive trend, price below super trend is a negative trend. Now, as I told you that super trend will be the best indicator for you for your breakouts and breakdowns. Okay, so if you see over here, this price, this is a Nifty's chart. Okay, 5-minute chart. So all these indicators which I have selected, some of the indicators I have taken on daily time frame, which can be beneficial for the positional traders. Some of the indicators I have chosen on a very smaller time frame, for example 5-minute or 15-minute. So those are good for intraday as well. Okay, so that's why I have kept the time frame as 5-minute. Now, if you see right from this point, the price is taking resistance, or it is continuously trading below the super trend line, and till then the color of the super trend is red. Okay, and here what happened, with all the force, price has broken out about this particular super trend line. तो super trend के ऊपर जब price चला गया, एक बहुत अच्छा trend मिला है ना. It's not flat, because whenever the price is going to go above super trend, it's always going to be a breakout. It will never be very flat. Okay, so once the price went above the super trend, see the color of the super trend is changing. It's becoming green, which means it's a positive trend now. Okay, so that's how we get clues based on the super trend. Okay, so that was about super trend. Now next is momentum indicator, or into momentum what we are going to see is RSI. Okay, RSI काफी commonly used है, आपने नाम सुना होगा, probably आप use भी करते होंगे. Okay, but RSI is a momentum indicator. What is the momentum indicator? So, इसके पहले हम लोग ने ट्रेंड इंडिकेटर देखा. ट्रेंड इंडिकेटर क्या बताते हैं कि ट्रेंड पॉजिटिव है या नेगेटिव है, क्लियर कट बताएंगे. ओके, मोमेंटम इंडिकेटर ऐसा नहीं करते हैं. मोमेंटम इंडिकेटर से हमें जो भी प्राइस एक्शन चल रहा है उसका स्ट्रेंथ पता चलता है. इफ इट इज अ पॉजिटिव ट्रेंड दैट्स गोइंग ऑन, उसका मोमेंटम बताएंगे, उसका स्ट्रेंथ ये इंडिकेटर से पता चलेगा. ओके, इफ द प्राइस इज गोइंग डाउन, उसका स्ट्रेंथ ये इंडिकेटर बताएंगे. ओके, इट विल इंडिविजुअली, मोमेंटम इंडिकेटर विल नेवर शो अ ट्रेंड. Okay, side of the trend, it will only show the strength. Okay, so that's the difference between your trend and momentum indicator. Now, when we talk about RSI is relative strength index. It's a momentum indicator used in technical analysis. RSI measures the speed and magnitude of a security's recent price changes to evaluate overvalued or undervalued conditions in the price of that security. Okay, so mostly हम लोग क्या देखते हैं RSI से, RSI का एक जोन होता है. Okay, so most commonly considered numbers are 70 and 30, but some traders also consider 80 and 20. Okay, ये आपका 1 to 100 का रेंज होता है. Okay, उसमें जोन के बेसिस पे the traders try to take out the clues if the price is overvalued or undervalued, or if the if the entity or the stock is going into overbought zone or oversold zone. Whenever the RSI is going to go above 70 or in some cases 80, it means that the stock or that entity is going now into overbought zone, which means it can be a little pause to the uptrend. Okay. Similarly, if the price is if the RSI is falling below 30 or even 20, it means that that particular entity has now fallen so much that it is oversold now. अब यहाँ से नीचे गिरने के लिए उसको थोड़ा पॉज लेना पड़ेगा, अभी और एकदम से नीचे नहीं गिरेगा. Okay, so RSI can also help you to get a clue that when to book your profits. मान लो कि यहाँ पे आप कोई लॉन्ग ट्रेड में है. ओके, RSI 70 75 80 हिट कर रहा है, तो दिस इज द क्लू फॉर यू दैट it's the time to book your long trade now. Okay, because the RSI is going into overbought zone, and probably it can be a time for consolidation, little bit of consolidation, or even there can be a reversal. All right, so secure your profits now. Similarly, if a trader is very aggressive, in some cases people even take contra trades, which means that if the RSI comes near to 75 80 85, and even there are some other indications coming from charts or open interest, then based on all these combined clues, some of the traders may even want to go into the short trades, okay, in that overbought zone. So this is a clear indication of a overbought and oversold zone. Now, हम लोग ने इसके पहले भी एक बार buy on dips और sell on rise के बारे में बात करी थी कि buy on dips and sell on rise can be a it can be a strategy, but उसमें exactly entry कब करनी है. मान लो कि कोई डे आपका ग्रेजुअली पॉजिटिव रह रहा है, ओके, डायगोनली प्राइस आपका ऊपर जा रहा है, बट आपको पता ही नहीं चल रहा कि एक बार आपका बेस मिस हो गया है एंट्री करने के लिए, उसके बाद अब आप एंट्री कहाँ करोगे, उसके लिए आपको डिप चाहिए, तो वो डिप में एग्जैक्ट एंट्री कौन सा, वो आपको पता चलना चाहिए, राइट. सो बेस्ड ऑन RSI, हाउ डू वी फाइंड आउट the best entry in buy and dips and buy sell on rise is whenever the RSI is going into overbought zone, if the uptrend is going to be continued. Okay, if that entity or that stock is going to keep going upwards, what will happen with RSI is that जब भी थोड़ा सा नीचे आएगा, थोड़ा सा पुल बैक आएगा, RSI 50 तक आएगा. ओके, RSI 50 को टच करके वापस से ऊपर जाने लगेगा. ऑलराइट, सो whenever you observe a pattern that RSI is coming to 50 and then again going upwards, then again coming to 50, then again going upwards, it means that this particular entity is forming a buying dips structure. Okay, so observe that structure and based on that plan your entry into the buy and dips kind of a structure. Okay, similarly जब sell on rise market में होता है, sell on rise में भी same situation होता है कि आपका oversold zone में जब RSI चला गया 30 25 20 तक चला गया, ओके, बट अब यहाँ से ओवरसोल्ड होने के बाद वापस से थोड़ा बहुत तो पुल बैक आएगा, करेक्ट. तो पुल बैक आने के बाद 50 पे रेजिस्टेंस मिलेगा इसको, RSI को. ओके, 50 पे टच करके वापस नीचे आएगा, 50 पे टच करके वापस नीचे आएगा. सो दैट्स हाउ RSI विल आल्सो फॉर्म अ सेल ऑन राइज काइंड ऑफ अ स्ट्रक्चर एंड इट विल be reflected in the entity as well. Okay, so the RSI is going to give you a clear clue where to take your entries. Okay, so buy and dips whenever the RSI is coming near to 50 into the positive trend, and sell on rise whenever the RSI is touching near to 50 and coming down into a downtrend. Okay, so that's how buy and dips and sell on rise is planned based on RSI. So let's take an example over here of oversold and overbought zone. Okay, so this is the bank nifty chart of 1 day. Okay, now if you can see यहाँ पे थोड़ा बहुत इसके पहले का चार्ट यहाँ कैप्चर नहीं हुआ है, but this was quite a uptrend. Okay, now if you can see RSI is touching 77 over here. Okay, and then what happened? the direction completely changed, right? Now again what happened? Same thing. The RSI again it came down, then took a reversal. Okay, again it reached the top. Okay, the RSI reached to 74, and then again it's a reversal. Okay, complete trend change. So RSI से आपको क्लियर आइडिया आ जाता है. सो फॉर एग्जांपल यहाँ पे अच्छा खासा फॉल आ गया है बैंक निफ्टी में. ओके, आरएसआई कितने पे पहुंचा है? 27 पे. ऑलराइट, सो 27 इज क्वाइट अ ओवरसोल्ड जोन. ओके, सो यहाँ से अगर मान लो कि आप आरएसआई को नहीं फॉलो कर रहे हो यहाँ पे, ओके, सो बहुत ज्यादा चांस होता कि यहाँ पे यू मस्ट हैव थॉट दैट there can be one more red candle after this because these are such strong candles. Let me go into a short trade. Okay, but यहाँ पे RSI 27 पर आ गया है, which is quite oversold number, right? So if you follow the RSI in such conditions, at least to decide your or to validate your entries, you can save some of your stop losses. Okay, so same thing here also happening. Here it has made a top and the RSI is at 81, and then again the trend is changing. Okay, so that was about the RSI. So we have seen the key trading indicators. All right, we have seen volume, VWAP, moving averages, super trend, or even the RSI. Okay, now it's not always going to be very good picture based on the trading indicators. ऐसा नहीं होगा कि अगर आप trading indicators को use कर रहे हैं तो आपका कभी stop loss hit ही नहीं होगा. ऐसा नहीं होगा, correct? Because it's a market and you can never be sure about it 100% of the times. All right, so what are the some of the limitations that come with indicators? First thing, these are the lagging indicators, which means that पहले price जैसे जैसे प्राइस आगे जाएगा उसके हिसाब से आपके इंडिकेटर्स मूव करेंगे. ओके, लैगिंग होते हैं ये इंडिकेटर्स. Second, sometimes there can be false signals as well. Whenever there is a very high volatility into the market, it's possible that indicators may give false signals. Okay, so for example, RSI 27 tak pahuncha, but let's say that there is some external factor. For example, some bad news inflow is there into the market, so probably it will not stop at 27 RSI. Okay, it still may have some of the drop remaining. Okay, and there can be continuation of the downtrend. All right, so such sometimes due to the extra factors, there can be some false signals through the indicators as well. Okay, and lastly, subjectivity. So because see, even if indicators are going to be same for everyone, अगर मैंने भी मूविंग एवरेज लगाया, लेट्स से 200 मूविंग एवरेज मैंने मेरे स्क्रीन पर भी लगाया, आपने भी लगाया, बट द वे आई एम गोइंग टू इन्फर दैट moving average based on my own experience or based on my skill sets is always going to be different from someone else. Okay, someone else can be even better than me, or someone else may have different kinds of skill sets. Okay, some people are good with numbers, some people are good with charts, so that may also interfere over here. So looking at the indicators and taking clues from it has a subjectivity. Okay, so this is about the indicators. Now what we are going to do, we are going to look at how do we place the indicators. Okay, so I'm going to take you to Insta options. So all of you must be aware that we have this third-party platform which is free for all our HSL users, invest right users. Okay, if you are not if you do not know how to log in into it yet, I'll just quickly show. Okay, so what we have to do, we have to visit www.hdfcsec.com, and once you reach this particular site, okay, click on products. Under derivatives you will find Insta options. Okay, So here it will ask for client ID and password. So this is the same client ID and password that you use to log in into your InvestRight account or HDFC securities account. Okay, same credentials you can use over here. After you once you put your client ID and password, it will ask for the OTP, same way of login. Okay, and once you put your OTP, you will be logged into Insta options. So there is no extra fees to use this platform. This is freely available for all our users. All right, now so this is the watch list. Now let's say that I'm taking you back to the dashboard. Okay, now let's say that if I want to open the chart of Nifty, what I'm going to do, I have added Nifty over here, so I'm opening the chart. Okay, I can change the time frame and all over here. Now how do I place the indicators? So if you see, this is a trading view chart. Okay, so one limitation on trading view website that you face is that if you do not have their subscription, there will be limitation on number of indicators that you can place. Okay, but here if you are using Insta options, of course you are not paying anything extra for using this platform. Okay, because this is the HDFC Securities has made this available for you, right? But still you can use as many indicators as you want. There is no limitation over here. So for example, now I want to place RSI. Okay, so I typed RSI. Okay, so if you can see over here, this is the live RSI for 5 minute of Nifty chart. I'm changing the time frame. Okay, so here if you see that this is giving me a zone. All right, so whenever the RSI is going above 70, it's coming down. Whenever it is going below 30, it is again taking a reversal on the upside. And what is happening, whenever it is going out of this range, it is taking a reversal, be it upside or be it downside. That's how the RSI works. Okay, and that's how the price is also going to replicate it. Okay, now let's say one more indicator if we want to have. Let's type VWAP. Okay, I think there's some glitch over here. Let's go with moving average. Okay, so I have placed this moving average over here. Right now, if you can see, this is a number showing as 99, right? So you can always change the settings over here. So let's say I want a combination of 50 and 100 of moving average, right? So first I'm making this 50 moving average. All right, now again I'm going to place moving average, and then in the settings I can change the number. Okay, so second moving average, here in the settings I'm going and I'm making this as 100, and I'm changing the color. Okay, so that it will be easy for me to understand which one is 50 and which one is 100. Okay, so now if you can see, that's how I have placed the moving average and the RSI as well. Okay, you can also see some of the crossovers as well. Okay, so and the way I had told you about the crossovers, positive and negative, you can explore that concept as well. Okay, but whenever you are using the indicators, just make sure that you're not making combinations of too many indicators. Okay, दो इंडिकेटर्स, तीन इंडिकेटर्स तक ठीक है, बट जितना ज्यादा इंडिकेटर्स आप एक साथ करके ट्रेडिंग का क्लू निकालने को कोशिश करेंगे, उतना ही टफ आपका फिल्टर्ड ट्रेडिंग होगा आपका. ऑफ कोर्स एक्यूरेसी बढ़ेगा, बट काफी कम आपके ट्रेड्स निकलेंगे जितने ज्यादा आप ट्रेडिंग इंडिकेटर्स लगाएंगे. ऑलराइट, so just too many indicators is also not good. 2 to 3 indicators combination is most commonly used. So for example, I'm also looking at RSI, I'm also looking at two of the moving averages, or let's say I'm also looking at super trend, for example. Okay, so that's how we can make the combination. So I suppose that there are some viewers who are using HDFC Sky as well. Okay, so in HDFC Sky, so this is the web platform that you have for HDFC Sky, correct? So here also you can put the indicator. So this is whenever you will open the chart here into HDFC Sky, you will get two options of the charts, one trading view and chart IQ as well. Okay, if let's say that right now what you're seeing over here is the trading view chart, but let's say if you are seeing chart IQ chart into your account there, and if you want to see trading view chart, what you can do, you can go into your profile, and there you can see the preferences. Into preferences, just choose whatever kind of chart you want to see. Okay, but in both the kind of charts you will be able to place the indicators, n number of indicators. Okay, so that's how I have shown you people how to place the indicators if you're a HSL user, if you're a HDFC Sky user as well. Okay, now if you have any questions, you can ask me, and I will try to answer them. Okay, so now I'm going towards the chat box. So in Insta options, you can put multiple indicators. There is no as such any number limitation that you face when you use the free trading view chart. Okay, here it's available. The n number of indicators are available to apply. Thank you, Deepak sir. I'm glad that you liked the session. Also, I'm getting comments that if you want to refer the recording of this webinar, this is happening live on YouTube as well. So once this webinar ends, you can access the recording of this live webinar on YouTube channel of HDFC Securities. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Raman. There is also a question, is there any another webinar after this? So on all the Fridays at 5 o'clock, I do these live webinars on different topics. So you will get the email notification or push notification if you have the app installed. Okay, so with that, you can register for the webinars that happen on all the Fridays at 5 o'clock. Which is the indicator that's used the most. So I would say in the trading community, moving averages are very much respected. So generally combinations बनाते हैं moving averages के, जैसे मैंने आपको बताया कि 20 I mean 21 50 50 and 100 and 200. So like that combinations are created, and based on that the trend is observed. So recording is not going to be sent by email or any communication, but you can always access the recording of this webinar on our YouTube channel, which is by the name of HDFC Securities. You can go into the section of live webinars, and there you will find it. The recording, you will find it. So for super trend setting, whenever you are applying super trend, do not change anything into settings. Okay, the super trend that I mentioned has the standard settings, so do not change anything. Okay. How to plot super trend? Simply into the indicators, when you are opening the list of the indicators, simply type super trend and select it. It will plot a line on your screen. That's how super trend is plotted. So Himanshu Vasani sir, if you're trying to use Insta options, and if you're facing this issue, that you're saying that the order is not placed, then this should not happen. And generally, this does not happen. But if it is happening, just get in touch with our customer service team or your RM, and connect with them. If not, just ask them to make you connect with some of the product people and get this resolved, because this issue should not happen. So I think I have answered most of the questions. And thanks to everyone, those who appreciated the session. Also, as I mentioned, you will get the recording on the YouTube channel of HDFC Securities. You can access it over there. And on all the Fridays at 5 o'clock, we conduct this live webinars. So if you want to learn more about technical analysis, F&O, and all of this, you can always register and join the live webinar. Okay. So thank you so much for joining, and have a happy weekend. Thank you.